Hey guys, it's John. You're on the JRB Tree Climbing channel, jrbtreeclimbing.com. Let's talk about saddles. This is the new Pioneer saddle from Ape Canyon Outfitters, part of Rock and Arbor Rock and Rescue. So first, about me, if you're not familiar with my history, I didn't find saddle hunting. It's more like saddle hunting found me. You see, I started rope climbing 15 years ago in saddles and seats that I designed, having no idea there was a movement called saddle hunting. One of the most popular questions I get to date is, what kind of saddle do I recommend? Well, I don't feel comfortable recommending a product unless, number one, I've used it extensively, and number two, I love it. And that's the reason I've never endorsed another saddle. But I have no reservations about recommending the Pioneer. Let me give you my reasons in rough priority order. Number one, this is a rugged saddle. It's strong and well built. Here on my left, I've got one in mesh. Here on my right, I've got one in a great camo pattern, several available from our friends at Cryptek. It's built with CNC stitching. See the video done by the folks at Ape Canyon that I'll leave a link in the video description. See that video where this saddle was subjected to a brake test. They have the equipment to do that, and the numbers are just astounding. It will never be the weak link in your climbing system. Number two, it's coming from a reputable supplier. Recall my video on the 10 rules for climb safety. Rule number two was to buy our stuff from reputable suppliers. And you're not going to get any more reputable than a company like Rock and Arbor, who's been doing this for 40 years. And I might mention, it's made in the USA. Number three, this is a minimalist saddle. I've got friends using saddles that are so big that they've got to tuck them up, fold them up the right way, just so they cover their backside to be comfortable. I wanted a saddle that's minimal so that I can wear it in and get climbing and get in a tree as soon as possible. Next, it's comfortable. We need a saddle that's comfortable. Compared to the prior saddle I had used, it's got significantly less hip pinch, and that has to do with the way that it wraps around my hips and has more coverage in this part and distributes the tension more evenly. And it's got an adjustable bridge to ensure that I can let that bridge out when I'm in the middle of a hunt to ensure absolute minimum hip pinch. I will note that I have upgraded my saddle as per my design on a double adjustable bridge. You will purchase yours with a single adjustable bridge, but stay tuned. Maybe we'll see that as a possible option in the future. And the last feature, but very important, it's inexpensive. The cost of a saddle can be really prohibitive to new folks who aren't quite sure about this whole saddle hunting thing. As I stand here before you in October 2023, you can buy a top quality saddle. Either of these models are available for $189, or with my JRB10 discount code, that's only about $171. And you've got options available. There's kits available as well. See my website, see the Ape Canyon website. Okay, let's get into detail now and talk about some of the detailed features. So how did they build a saddle that's so cost effective? Okay, let's take a look at these connectors. This is on the waist belt, but they're identical on the leg straps. They're a really clever design, basically a floating rectangle inside of a larger rectangle that ensures that I just can't open this unless I remove tension from it and force the upper through the lower at a 45-degree angle. I really like that clever design, especially because I'm a saddle hunter who prefers to never actually open my connectors. I like to simply have them in place. So I'll do this once, and I will always have that there. And if you want to, under tension, it can't make any rattle, but if you click it like that, it could. If you want to even avoid that possibility, you can put, and I've done this, I put a small cable tie on that, and now it's basically locked until any such time that I might decide to unlock it. I'll show you that here on the top. This is my leg strap. I have a small cable tie. And now this can't even jingle. Can't even jingle if you're a person who likes to carry your saddle in another way. There's just no way to jingle it. Okay, let's talk about the loops on this saddle. So here's the bridge loop. I've got mine, again, tied with a double adjustable bridge. Here are the lineman's belt loop, very rugged. And here's an auxiliary loop on the bottom. And I'll show you some uses for this, but you won't find this on other saddles. It also has accessory loops on the back. And it's got MOLLE loops to install gear bags or anything compatible with the MOLLE loop system. The saddle is collapsible. If you prefer to wear your saddle in and collapse it, remove your leg straps, and bring it basically down to a belt, you can adjust that right here on both sides. You can basically collapse the side panel, and then on the back, and wear it like a belt. Again, that's not my style, but you see this connector here? That's fine for this. You don't want something like that for your leg strap. That's just too important. I've seen saddles with leg straps with these kind of connectors, and if it can come undone, it will. This is not adequate for life safety connections. Let's talk about colors. I really like the way that this has, no stark bands of black or non-natural colors. It's a great color pattern, and again, multiple patterns from our friends at Cryptek. It is correctly sized. So I am a 34 waist, and I bought the medium. This is how I put on my saddle. I put it on backwards, and I put my right foot through what is on the left side now. It's just easy. It's always easy to put it right through both bridges, and then I spin it around. I find that to be the easiest way to put on my saddle. I could do it with hunting boots in the snow. Never a problem. And then I just cinch the waist belt. I don't need to change the tension on my leg straps. I'll leave them a little bit loose. I may never need leg straps in my entire climbing career, but if I do, they're there and they're in a comfortable place. You can see that this waist belt has got just the right amount of slack. My prior saddle had, several feet of slack hanging off, and I bought a medium. I like that it's correctly sized for me. And lastly, we can accessorize it. We've got these saddlebags available in both mesh and in camo. And although a lot of folks don't like to use saddlebags, I recommend that everyone has at least one, because we need our emergency gear. We need it with us. We always got to anticipate that anything we might drop, we will drop. And we've got to be able to get down to the ground, even in adverse conditions. Now, when we step into a saddle, here's some tips for you if you're new to saddle hunting. You want a saddle with an adjustable bridge so that you can change this angle here. If we have our bridge real short, it's pulling harder on our hips. We want to be able to change the length of our bridge for optimal comfort. So I'll do test sits like this. In fact, I tagged my 5th deer of the season last evening, and only one of the 5 was I even using a foot platform. I will sit in a tree without a foot platform, and that is a true test of your saddle's comfort. Okay. As always, I reserve the right to make it better and to improve things. And I love the fact that our friends at Ape Canyon have the same perspective. And so please stay tuned for improvements in the future. If you got any suggestions for me or for the folks at Ape Canyon about features you'd like to see in your next saddle, let us know. But if you're new to the game, I have every confidence that you're going to be satisfied with this saddle. And don't forget to use your discount code. All right, guys. Thank you.